What's up? What's up? What's up?
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are reacting to my ex-husband was sleeping with my dad.
What's going on? What's happening?
Love don't judge. What y'all got going on here? Like, love don't judge? This is something to judge about, just like how the other video was something to judge about. Because why? So your ex-husband is gay?
How do you marry a woman and then turn around and let a man bend you over?
Ain't nobody bending me over.
Oh, so you doing the bending?
Your ex-husband sleeping with your dad?
At the end of the day, Ronnie, I am a man. A man who's gay. You like niggas. Get that through your head.
And I don't even know what to say about this, to be honest. But before we get into the video, y'all subscribe down below my Instagram and TikTok, and give me other more suggestions that you guys want me to react to. And let's just see what this girl talking about, cause I don't know what's going on here.
When I found out at the time we sleeping together, I felt betrayed. My ex-husband gave me HIV. I never knew that social media could be so brutal.
Your ex-husband gave you HIV and he's sleeping with your dad? Like, what?
Make me feel like I am a walking disease. My mom was there when the doctor told me that I was HIV positive. I was devastated.
Go your HIV medical.
Is that the
She told me she
ex-husband?
was
No.
HIV positive. Maybe
Mom still her ex-husband.
a week or two into us dating.
I knew I needed to tell him before I met him in person.
So that's her new man.
I was
Okay.
nervous that Brendan wouldn't want to be with me.
I was already in love with her from like the first interaction, so it didn't bother me.
As long as you're taking your medicine every single day, you can live. It helps with my immune system so that it will be 0% chance for me to give my partner HIV or even pass it down to my children. Side effects that I personally received was short memory loss. It did cause me to have anxiety and depression. I am currently on meds as well for that. I know the side effects can be very scary, but I'd rather have side effects than to be dying. But he was the cuteness. I told Brendan in the first month of us dating, if he was serious, prove it. And he did just that.
Not the tattoo.
Where your tattoo at?
I ain't gonna lie. One of my exes, he wanted us to get matching tattoos. And he was like, when we hit a year and get matching tattoos. I was like, I love you, but no. Because anything could happen. And look where we are now. A year and 11 months broken up. And now I've been single for 8 months. But yeah, I would never do that. I'm not gonna get a matching tattoo with anybody unless we are married. Even though that could still, you know, possibly happen, but I'm not. Hey, if you love me that much where you want my name tatted on you, that's insane. All I gotta say is, don't let that love be temporary for that moment just so you can prove a point to get what you want. Okay?
To find love after HIV. It's not easy at all because so many people are uneducated about it. You have to tell them, hey, I'm HIV positive, and hopefully you accept me. But if not, I gotta try again. This is our wedding photo. And this is...
Okay, they got married. So that's a new husband.
My ex-husband is the person that gave me HIV, who knew he had it, and he had it for many years. I was 19 years old and just had a baby. This is actually my favorite photo of us. This is when we was in the beginning of our happy place, even though I didn't know he was living a double life. It's never easy to talk about how my dad introduced me to my ex-husband. My dad said this is one of his friends. Everyone knew that I was the preacher's kid, so they have this obsession over preacher's daughters. And my dad wanted me to marry, and he introduced us because he felt like we would be a good fit. I thought that he was just a member of my dad's church. I wanted to get away, but I felt trapped. I don't even look the same. I look depressed.
I'm sorry, but You're not gonna arrange my marriage. Like, you can introduce me to the dude. I'm like, okay, hey, you know, cool, calm, collected. But it all goes by if I like the man, if the man suits my taste buds. I'm not gonna just date them all because you want me to. Like, I feel like y'all be a good fit. I think we know now why the dad thinks it's a good fit. The dad said, hey, what better way to get you to marry my daughter so that me and you can sleep together on the love. So we're like, oh, we did some man work in the back. Y'all did something in the back. Y'all did something in the back.
And I was losing weight. I also believed that I was HIV positive here, and I did not know. And you can tell from my cheekbones. I'm starting to look sick. And this is when I was pregnant with our daughter, Elizabeth.
Oh.
When I found out that my dad and my husband at the time were sleeping together, I felt betrayed. I felt disgusted. I felt like I wasn't worth anything, and I didn't believe in the word loyalty anymore. I don't talk to my dad anymore.
Shoot, I wouldn't.
My ex-husband does pop in and pop out. I did lock him up. I was really nervous when I first told Brendan that I have a horrible past.
I was more so shocked than anything. It did make me angry. That's supposed to be her father. And for him to set her up the way he did, it was, honestly, it was horrible.
I'm still
insane.
More than ever.
I love her honesty, her bravery, and her goofiness, even though she's sometimes
aggravating. I wanted people to know that there is life after HIV. I'm married to a man who is HIV negative. I have 3 children who is HIV negative.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't understand why I told the world that I am HIV positive. This video got the most hate comments. Not being funny, but he voluntarily invited HIV into his life. Was he positive already? Not judging, just curious.
It's a lot of ignorant people who just think HIV is a death sentence.
A lot of people think that we do this for clout, which is weird, because who want to get clout off having HIV?
A lot of people think it's fake, honestly.
Yeah. Comments like, you're selfish for having kids, you're selfish for being married to a man who is HIV negative, let him be with a woman who is HIV negative. Sometimes I would read people saying that I need to die and that I don't deserve my husband, even after everything that I have.
Let me say something right now. She did not choose to have HIV. She didn't even want HIV. She didn't even know she had HIV until she was starting, you know. So with that being said, like, obviously nobody wants HIV, period. Don't nobody want HIV at all. But the fact that these folks are hating on him because, like, oh, let that man live a life. You might never know. She probably was like, hey man, I don't want to give this to you. I'm scared to even be in love with anybody because I don't want them to go through the same hurt I'm going through, so leave. But you want to know what guys do? Some of them are not gonna leave. Some of them are gonna stay. And as long as she take her medicine and she do what she gotta do, she should be okay. She got 3 healthy babies that ain't got HIV, that are not born with HIV. Now, HIV can kill a person real quick, but the judging, but do research before you judge. I'll say that, because y'all acting like she holding this man hostage. I get it, it's a disease, don't nobody want the disease, ain't nobody finna even go through that whole thing, but sometimes, like I said, there's ways to prevent it. If the man is negative and he's still negative to this day and still helped her pop out some kids while still being negative, I think they okay. But hey, that's all I gotta say. But
been through with my past marriage, I feel sorry for him now. He's gonna catch it too. People make me feel like I am not human. They make me feel like I don't belong here and that I am a walking disease, that if I touch them, they're gonna get it as well. And that hurts. I never knew that social media could be so brutal.
But after a while, the judgment really didn't affect us at all.
He better accept you. He gave it to you.
A lot of people don't really pay attention, but a lot of people think that I'm the one that gave it to her.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know that children also take HIV medicine, even though they're not positive. They have to take it the first 3 weeks of them being born. Even though they are negative, you know, you have to go through a process as an HIV woman having children.
Oh, well,
I support you, honey, no matter what. I am positive as well, and my husband is negative. Thank you for uplifting me.
I didn't know that the kids still have to take HIV medicine even though they're not negative, but I understand why, because the kids came, well, let me rephrase that. The kid's mother is HIV positive, and they still probably can go to the kids even though they are negative. But I guess since like it's best for them to go ahead and take it now just to prevent it in the long run so that they don't get it.
Social media definitely have made my marriage stronger because it just tested everything. It just made us love each other even more because people want our marriage to fail so bad. All right, sit back, girls. Sit closer. Y'all like y'all gonna bite each other. Say cheese. What is it like to see your mom talk about having HIV?
You should have known that kind of stuff.
You think so? Okay. Do you think people treat mommy different
Yes.
for having HIV?
Mm-hmm.
How did it make you feel that they treat mommy bad?
Man.
So we're about to go to the park to meet my mom. At first, my mom thought that Brandon wasn't genuine. She thought my husband was a serial killer. She did not understand why would someone want to be with someone with HIV and 2 kids. Yeah, she was a wrong feet, baby. She definitely was being judgmental, but she didn't know the education behind HIV and AIDS. So she was just being like everyone else who doesn't know how it works.
I thought it was too good to be true. Pretty much. I was like, okay, do we know what's going on? Wait a minute. Are you sure? You know? But he's a pretty cool guy.
My mom was there when the doctor told me that I was HIV positive. I can tell that she wanted to cry and slide down the wall, but she was trying to be strong for me because she could not believe that the doctor just told her daughter this.
Honestly, I was devastated, but I had to pretty much be strong for her, put my strongness on. Hey, what's going on? Hey.
So, how do you feel about me being positive and him being negative?
At first, I was afraid. I think that's when I asked you. I said, you know, you sure he knows? Because, yeah. But I could tell that he was in love with you when he, you know, when you told him. Maybe because of what people say. It's not, you know, it's not that I thought he was crazy because you're a great woman, actually. The best. And I knew you would have been an awesome wife because you watched me. But, no, most people were like, oh, no, I can't do it. Oh, I've heard people say, ew, you know, why would he put himself in that type of predicament or whatever.
Yeah. How do you feel about how his family did me?
I didn't want to say that because I like peace. You know, I could have just went in on his family because of the way that they were doing and to hear you cry, you know. But what made me not do it is him. Because at the end of the day, he always had your back.
The reaction that my family gave was not a good reaction. It was more so a biased reaction when it comes down to the situation. Due to the fact they were not educated.
How old were you and how old was my dad when y'all conceived me?
Well, and your dad started at 15. I was 15. I was looking for love at a church because I was hurt. Things caught up with him. You know, he went to jail, but I still didn't think he was wrong because I was still young. I was still a child. But now that, you know, during therapy and everything else that happened, you know, I see that.
I was shocked at some of the things that you went through, Ma. And the fact that you still here made me realize that I can be strong too.
Yeah, I had to be strong. Because your siblings, I had to be strong. You know, we all went through a lot. I was lost. When you first came, I was lost. I felt like I was by myself. You know, his letters used to come from jail. And I just gave up, you know, but I didn't give up on you. And I'm still not giving up. But this dude right here, I mean, even through your emotional roller coasters, he's still there. And that's what I knew, you know.
This was actually a dream to make this postable. I had it 3 years ago. Okay. I want the world to know that the stigma is a lie. Because the grandma says it is. And that you can be HIV positive and still marry a man who's HIV negative. And you can have children who also could be HIV negative. I'm so passionate. I'm about to go in. Brandon changed my life to show me that I can be safe. I can be happy.
I love how nurturing and caring she actually can be. We get each other.
Okay. We all learned a little something here. Just because your partner has HIV, that does not mean that you can get HIV. They gotta make sure they take their medicine. Gotta do the, you know, they can still make babies, but they still gotta do the medicine. But I ain't gonna lie, I thought they were gonna show the ex-husband and the daddy. I was gonna be in shook, boy, shook like crazy. But you live and you learn and you learn and you live. But you guys, if you like this video, subscribe down below my Instagram and TikTok, and I'll see you guys in my next video.